Welcome one, welcome all, welcome to another exciting episode of Veni, Vidi, Vici. I am Bridger from the Sound Strategy Network, and I am here to conquer yet again. We're taking a slightly stronger stance because things are going well, so why not push the envelope, I guess, is the question. We've managed our foray into Germany a little bit here. As far as allies, none of these guys are our allies. I'd kind of hoped that Dalmatia and Dacia could, keep this section here a little bit more passive. But it kind of looks like I need to take that from them. But I'm not going to do that yet because there's an objective here in the west that I need to get a hold of. I'm working on getting over to within striking distance of it. Are we still at war with the... Yes, we are still at war with these guys. That's why we're sieging down this. We'll take this, we'll take that, and then we'll declare war on the Veneti, who are our former allies. They're not allies anymore because they submitted to the Picts and Caledonians, which actually have managed to consolidate Britain a little bit here. They are a glorious tribal chiefdom. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, they have more than enough to make it to Tier 3. They might be the second nation to do so. Can we check and see? Let's take a quick look. Probably in the legacy ranking, will we see? No, it'll see it in CDR. Yeah, here we go. Monarchies are Tier 2. Hordes are Tier 2. I think confederations are Tier 3. Epirus is a glorious empire. I don't see anything else on here that's Tier 3. I think it's just Epirus and us. The glorious monarchies, though, are potentially in striking distance of getting to Tier 3. So are the tribal hordes. Anyway, we'll continue on here. I think, did we do all the buildings last turn or no? Let's see. Yes, we did. So we're ready to hit the end turn button. Our other thing is I think we're declaring war on, the Rati. Finally finish them off and start conquering this region here. Province, rather. Damn it. We can actually conquer a whole bunch of it. 4 of them before we even have to declare war on anybody else. Now, this province, before we go any further, let's see how this province is doing. It's doing okay. It's got a high loyalty. Its infrastructure is finally decent. And its food is okay. It needs a little bit more. It's just a very low population comparatively. It's only 52. This one is 159, 140, 187, 154... I kind of wouldn't mind taking Malta just to complete the Sicily province, but I don't know. Maybe if we get another... We already have an objective in Northern Africa. Okay. Maybe if we get more objectives over there. Now, did the Carthaginians lose their alliance with Messicilia? Messicilia? Yeah, they're at war with them. Normally, or maybe it's the Numidians that start here, and the Messalians are taken over. Carthage is about to get overwhelmed, it looks like. And they're an old republic. And these guys are just a monarchy. Okay, hitting next turn. Here we go. All 3 armies are poised to do combat. We have enough metal and money in the stockpile to build up a new army in Rome if we have to, if we get a sudden unexpected attack or civil war. Okay, we beat up those independent forces and claimed that area as our own. We were happy to let Massalia guard the Iberian Southern Gaul area, but they failed. They were supposed to be our ally in the area, and they failed. Pontus is also a glorious monarchy. Yep, that's right. That's correct. No, we don't care about that. Yeah, all my allies are also in a war against these guys. Go figure. Oh, no. I guess we can't easily take all of those areas. The A-Dewey beat us to it. Oh, there was a raid and they destroyed a ranch? Those sons of bitches. The weapons depot isn't going to help protect us. We need more garrisons. And we also need to freaking just... These stupid raids are a pain in the butt. And it's totally thematic. Like, I get it. I'm not saying it shouldn't be in there, but it's definitely a pain. Like, having a border on the tribal areas in Germany is supposed to be a problem. So, what is the situation here? Yeah, we got the just conquered and under pacification double stacked. Yikes, that's awful. Normally it's one and then the other, but I guess because it was independent maybe? Or actually, because it had just recently been conquered and therefore went under pacification and then we conquered it, so I guess that stayed for... I don't know. Something weird happened there. But whatever the case may be, we're down 60 loyalty. So we need more. An oration tribute seems like it would help. We might leave the army here. I mean, is that a good idea? Or do we go after... Yeah, let's go after. Just finish off these guys. What's the situation up here? One of the walls has been breached. Next turn, maybe we assault it. Another place was raided. The interlopers were soundly defeated, however. That's good. I want more walls, more garrisons. The palisade doesn't have any garrisons, so let's make sure we add one to help against these raids. We got a new general. Oops. How's everybody doing today? Day 26 of the quarantine. This is still occupied because we have to finish off the Veni. Alright, let's look at the buildings we can build. Here in Liguria, this is an area that seems to be focused on food production, but a flax field is kind of weak. Let's get a coastal market for the money and food together. And up here... This appears to be an infrastructure area. But... Skirmisher cavalries. Like the Cisalpine cavalry that we have considered skirmisher cavalry? Medium cavalry. They are considered a skirmisher. So I guess so? And in that case, building this will help if we want to raise more Cisalpine cavalry from there. So let's do it. Oh, we don't even have a training ground here, but a stadium. Health, manpower. Manpower isn't really a problem. I'm kind of more worried about our metal. We did build some recent metal building structures, which is good. Let's just take the free slot training ground to help keep our expertise up. A barracks will increase the XP of everyone trained here, which is quite valuable. We don't need the loyalty, so let's get a barracks here. I know it's the last slot for a bit, but that's the way it is. Here, we decided this was going to be our ridiculous food area because that's just how it was broken down. Or no, this will be commerce and culture. I don't know how I... Oh, this is apparently my food area. Or maybe I just had the opportunity. Maybe we'll just build them all. They all build stuff. You know, whatever. It is what it is. This area, because it's isolated, it needs all of the trade goods. Like, it needs to be completely self-contained. And this will import papyrus from Etna. That's an internal trade route, which is good. And it lowers the decadence of the area. Also good. So let's do that. Now down in Sicily, this is an area that can have as much decadence as you want. But the only option we have is to upgrade the academy to even less decadence. Oh, this is insane. We need wax and or copper in this area. I will definitely forget that. Level 2 roads. Very good. We need those roads to go through here. Now this, do we have coal? This doesn't really tell us the whole picture, unfortunately. So basically I have to do this weird thing where I look for coal as either imported or... No, it doesn't look like anybody around this central region has coal. That's a perfect place for coal right now. Yeah, produce coal. Everybody around will take advantage of it. I kind of want to get a bunch of commerce going on this coast so that we can have tier 3 roads going all the way along the coast. I feel like that would be very beneficial in the long run. And the garum shop just happens to be valuable. It'll pull in olive oil. But there's no olive oil nearby. Really? I swear we're making olive oil somewhere right in Rome. Maybe it's in southern Italy, and I can't quite make it up there. There's olive oil. So this place needs more trade range. Maybe one more trade range would do it. Oops, I didn't mean to pull up diplomacy. No, thank you. So yeah, we'll build the garum shop. It'll import olive oil, which will help everybody else around it, but it really should be importing it from us. So if we get an opportunity to build olive oil further north in Italy, we got to try to take that. All right, meanwhile, let's check out how our military's doing. These guys are going to go in and destroy the Rati. But maybe before we do, let's reset and make sure we go destroy the army first. Because I don't want to go capture this and have them slide through and cause disruption in my back line. So that'll be the way that it is. Kind of need like one major thoroughfare of roads going to each corner of the empire that are like tier 3 paved roads. That's what I'm hoping for. Yep. Wow. Every single one was murdered. That's good. And over here... Oh, a draw. Uh-oh. These stupid... What is it? Mountains? Forest. Ugh. Why do we bother building the freaking archers if they're never allowed to actually do anything? I guess they just are useless in the forest, because it always puts the legions behind. And that's why one of the reasons we've got these bad outcomes. How did we... Oh, we rolled really well. Good. Oh, man. We rolled really well again. That's the kind of roll that having like a minimum 6 would have made a huge difference. But those rolls are so rare when you're rolling 3 dice. We got real lucky this time. Yeah, there's another one. It's very unusual to see those low rolls. They got absolutely crushed by the dice. Good morning, Darth Gnome. Welcome. I forgot to turn on my light in here. Oh, I did turn it on. I just went too fast. Alright, so that was the Rati. They've retreated to a neutral area. I didn't realize they could do that, but apparently they did. The Saxons have massively expanded. That's crazy. They definitely were only one province, like 2 turns ago, I think. Maybe that's what those horde messages are. Distribute. We probably gained... Oh, look at that. We probably gained a... Now, Nicaea needs to grow, and it needs growth-based buildings as soon as it gets the opportunity. Because I remember it keeps getting all these plagues and stuff, because it's one of the only places in the Empire that has no major health buildings. Gain some money. And they raided again. I hate those guys. They're raiding me all the damn time. Not cool, guys. Not cool. Oh, our 2-0 general is dead from old age. Was that this guy? No. Was it one of our other armies? Not this guy. He's a 2-2. He's great. Okay, wasn't any of our generals that were actually in charge of the armies. We received another progress token. Excellent. We're ready to stay in this golden age forever. All right, this is now an assault time to take the last of the Aravani areas. So who is allied with the Picts and Caledonians here? They're at war with the Belgae. That's okay then. I feel like conquering this province here is going to be a very long battle. Because I don't know if... I remember reading something on the forums about how conquering a client state doesn't generate the proper amount of war score with the master nation. And that would be very annoying. So we might have another one of those situations where we're waiting around for 20 years to try to finally get peace with... But really all we want is like this one. Like, I'd love to take over this whole province area, but just having this one here would be fine. Oh, interesting. There's a... Can we make it over there? Do we have the roads? Not quite. But I kind of want to pick that up before somebody else goes to war with it. Somebody lost it to the rebels. Now, who is in here? The Ardui are in there. I think we'll just hang out and wait, I guess. Because I think the Raiti are probably just going to die next turn. Yeah, we'll just defend. Are these both 2 Raiti armies? Let's make sure we finish them off. I don't want this to be considered under occupation. I don't know if we're going to get kicked out or if that's going to backfire, if we're going to suddenly go to war with the Averni. Wait, the Averni still exist over here? Oh, that's a pain in the butt. Because now this isn't going to end the damn war. These tribes are annoying. Did you notice that? There used to be so much open space I could just conquer if I left earlier. Oh, well. All right. Let's see if we can't find some buildings to build. Down in Sardinia, what does this area need? More infrastructure. That's less infrastructure, actually. Ooh, we could actually use a conversion rate for this area specifically because of the high levels of Carthaginian presence. And down here, we don't... It keeps feeding me decadence reduction. We don't need it. We really don't. We're way ahead of the game on decadence, actually. Builder's Hall is not an upgrade. It's just a straight new bonus. I think I like that. Even though I really want to get the irrigation canals as well, I'm going to get the Builder's Hall first. Prioritize that. We don't have stone. This is that border that keeps getting attacked. So maybe building a palisade will get us a little bit better. Loyalty isn't as important, I think, as making sure that they don't get easily conquered. We gotta build that up. Yeah, build public works. Wait a minute, it's gonna take 79 turns? Let's keep the army here for a moment and build the public works ourselves. And then, because this is going to, these penalties are going to go away. Maybe build a palisade over here. Because right now it's got huge penalties to the production and everything. Same here. Those are going to go away soon. These are back to normal at least. But we can't convert anybody. This province appears to just be immune to conversion. And that's why its loyalty is not super good. So down here, irrigation canals, papyrus, and Serbia's up here. So that may mean this will be the furthest west we get papyrus. Other options, a trade house which ignores all the best bonuses there. Although amber is a very rare thing. Ooh, money and 15 culture from papyrus. They already have papyrus here, apparently. They're importing it for one of these buildings. Oh, it's a bonus resource, so it must be nearby. It must be getting imported nearby. Let's take a quick look. There's papyrus being imported from Etna. Huh. Yeah, it's a government building too. All right. Let's see the decisions. What decisions do we have? Increase land taxes. We don't want to increase land taxes. We got plenty of money. Develop infrastructure. Lose 10 loyalty for each region. We're really good on loyalty. I don't know that we need the extra infrastructure in most. The regions that need the infrastructure most also need the loyalty the most. That's the problem. Ooh, health. New health regulations means each region with at least one health building with get +5 health. Or our regions with not a lot of health have a chance to get more health. So Nicaea might build a free building. I don't know if they require a slot or not. Let's try that and see what happens. Slave markets, we already clicked through that. This area appears to be actually very culture focused. And I don't think I like any of these options except maybe the smokehouse for the food and health. How's their health? Yeah, they do need the smokehouse, amongst other things. Ah, this province doesn't even have a farm. And yet I think I'm still going to build the barracks here, because I want to maintain our military expertise. We did just conquer some things. What's our military expertise now? 7.8? Really? How is that possible? That can't be right. Or is this guy... He's doubling it. Oh. So I don't think it's the bonus he's doubling. I don't think he's doubling these bonuses. I think he's doubling the value of our red buildings. So when he goes away, we'll lose that military expertise bonus. That's my guess. All right. So... I think that's it for this turn. Our army's going to stay here and build the public works. This army's going to try to finish off the Reti. And then maybe we go to war with the Aedui in order to get to the Arverni and finish them off. That's a final battle, and we win. Finally deal with them. That winds up being controlled by the Aedui. The stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. Well, a lot of these images don't change. YouTube's used to more moving pictures. Have you guys found any gems to play during this period of lockdown isolation? I've actually also started Sniper Elite 4, which has been on my list for a long time. It has that sort of... Well, we got a lot of things we can go do. It has that sort of grotesque, like, X-ray camera for zooming in on the bullet that's killing people. But one of the interesting things about it is it also kind of challenges you to plan very carefully how you're going to execute, because you're one guy. And unlike most of these games, they don't make you like this impossible tough guy that can just mow people down all over the place and never really die. You die very quickly if enough people find you and shoot at you. You're just dead. So you have to plan very carefully about how you're going to approach a given challenge in that game, which is something I definitely like. Over here, sanitation work's underway. Excellent. But it has 2 health buildings, so I guess I don't understand how that decision works. I thought I did, but I guess I don't. Decadence reduction, slot usage 0 is good. You actually gain an infrastructure back somehow. Is the Oration Tribune? Yeah, it's 2. That's interesting. So when you upgrade it, loyalty bonus of 6 carries over, I assume. Otherwise, it would say loyalty minus 6. Would a large farm be better? Yeah, they're only 17. Now let's lower the decadence. And over here, still on the border, what was that we just saw? All bonuses satisfied for a granary. The province might need to grow in those areas. Ooh, but a street parlor, government building. We have a cultural site already? Yes. Let's get a 3rd purple building so that hopefully we can upgrade that cultural site to convert more of these people, because right now they ain't converting. Not anytime soon. Oh, sanitation work's underway in a lot of places. Excellent. And again, we need to find... Maybe we need a charcoal pile. I just hate doing a charcoal pile. I mean, it does import lumber theoretically from your nearby provinces, but... Oh, but a blacksmith isn't terrible, except we don't have the copper. Hempfield. Nobody is producing hemp around here. They might be importing it, but now we don't have to import it if we build it here. This area got raided again? And we beat them up. The stadium never see... Oh, it's a 12% health bonus. How is that? And a conversion bonus. I mean, we don't need to convert here, but that's pretty interesting. Provides wool or a racing track, which is a huge loyalty bonus. A market is missing dye and cloth. Well, we really should be able to build dye and cloth somewhere around here. 21 money. Weapons manufacturer. Lots and lots of equipment. But I'm guessing this province is not... Yeah, it's got 400 equipment. And the thing is, this doesn't stockpile any more weapons. It produces weapons. Arnis is not nearby. This does happen to have an Imperial Legion camp, too. But I'm just not sure that the weapons are needed nearby. I don't know what uses weapons. Let's see if I can do a quick search in the Grognard guide and see if anything good... If there are any buildings that require weapons. Come on. There we go. Do a quick Control F for weapons. Weapons Depot gets a bonus for weapons, so that's a stockpiling thing. We're looking at the weapons manufacturer, that's what we're talking about building. Celtic nations are particularly hungry for weapons. They're ubiquitous zero quad. We're not Celtic. Imports weapons for the gladiator school. Army provisioner requires weapons. I don't think we need this in that area outside of the capital, to be honest. Yeah, I think we're okay without it. So then we just have to decide what else we want to go with. I think the market... Shepherd House. What do we have for farming stuff here? We have enough to get a tier 2 farming building there if we really want it. Meanwhile, this is right next to Venetia, so I want to look into, yes, a furnace. Umbria finally has another slot available. What will we do with it? Trading post is not good. None of these are good. No, we're going to say no to pretty much all of these except maybe the aqueduct. Health 12% is actually kind of huge. And it will do an internal trading route for stone, which is fine. Yeah, aqueduct. I think that's what we want. And then Eternus on the coast here. Wax workshop. Produces wax and needs honey. Let's do a quick check of the areas around this. Yeah, missing bonus trade goods, honey. But no wax, it looks like. But there are a couple that are missing honey as a bonus trade good. So what we'll do is, if we build the wax shop, it'll import honey from somewhere, which will then be present here, which will give the bonus for the honey to all those other buildings. Good synergy. I shouldn't be building anything that isn't a tier 2 building here. A great sanctuary. National wonder gives us 1 legacy per turn. Faction-wide loyalty bonus of 3. Massive loyalty bonus of 12. No decadence. And we get 49 culture? Wow. How could I possibly say no to this? I don't think you can. Yeah. That's amazing. Meanwhile, up here, we're caring not much about anything. We just built a charcoal pile here. We don't need one there. A weapons depot might be valuable in this area, but I don't know if this is the place to build it. How do we have so much Italic ethnicity here already? Maybe we got really lucky with the rolls. Or maybe all the newborn pops are Italic? I don't know. Amphitheater. No, weapons manufacturer here would be good. It needs iron and produces weapons. Yeah. We'll do that here. Over here, not a charcoal pile, not an herbalist. Blacksmith, missing the copper bonus. Let's cycle that one. Actually, a shepherd house might not be terrible. We're not really producing wool anywhere, are we? They are producing it right there. But these guys, yes. These guys, no. Yes. Yeah, no, wool is no good. Okay. So this building, can we get a brick? Yeah, brickwork, because this province is still pretty far behind the curve on infrastructure. So I'm okay getting some more infrastructure for these guys. And theater, the ethnicity is kind of weak, so getting some culture without decadence is good too. Sure. And this is the one that's on its own. It could build its own iron mine, which is giving us lots of metal. That would be necessary if we want another another army. These guys definitely need city walls. Like, I get that they also need growth and everything, but they keep getting raided, so they're gonna get the best walls we got. Okay, armies. What are the armies gonna do? This one's gonna, I guess, gonna chill here and just make sure that this thing doesn't fall to more rebellions. Because I think we're gonna go to war with the Aedui soon, but I want to make sure everything's pacified and nothing's gonna rebel behind us. Like, these guys have a chance at 5% chance of revolt risk. They might go into unrest as well. We're gonna march this army over here and build the public works for these guys. Alright, now we gotta check out our decisions, because we had a bunch pop up. Ooh, we got a new offensive general. I read in the rulebook that a 0-0 general is still better than no general at all, but I really don't know what the difference is. Maybe there's some bonuses you can only have if you have a general. Fleet strength is shrinking. Yeah, because we disbanded our fleet because we haven't used it in like 100 years. 7 provinces, 49 regions. Loyalty average of 103. We probably have one too many slave markets. Manpower is in fact overflowing. And I don't know, where are our slave markets? So here's one in Clannis. It's already a big population. I think we want to disassemble that one. You don't need more than 4 slave markets, I think. Because the decisions you use with slave markets usually only move 4 population points around. Let's see where the rest of our slaves wind up usually. Not here. Wow, we have a lot of commerce buildings there. Does that really have nobody working food? Because wow. So much food production. That's insane. Anyway. Here's a slave market that actually doesn't have a lot of slaves in it. That's interesting. I guess luck just so had it. So that's 30. Let's get rid of this slave market too. So that's the 2 that we'll disassemble. So now we've got 4 slave markets, which is exactly the number you need to distribute slaves around your empire. I think if you buy slaves with a decision, you can have up to 10. 1 per slave market, but I don't want to buy slaves that often. I'm in constant war here, so I'm getting a lot of slaves from the battles. Okay. We did all the... Yep. Those armies there. Those armies going to chill here. Let's go. I might attack Bohemii. Or Bohemii? Bohemi? Because they're a 1-province minor, so we can grab them and not have to worry about the war lasting too long. So these guys actually have some defense, but I don't think they're going to be able to stop us. Effectiveness was down to 0. This is hills, so our combat rating is good. These ones are exhausted, so they get heavily crunched. All the exhausted one. So he's got Gallic cavalry, or Gallic cavalry, sorry, which is not a heavy cavalry, it's a skirmisher, and I've got cataphracts on the flank. That's why this is a massive discrepancy. And I think that's the reason to bring the cataphracts, because I think one of the patches, I remember reading through the notes, said that there's dedicated cavalry slots as long as there's enough room. So I think in hills or plains, cavalry still has a big part to play, but in forests is when you don't bring the cavalry, because they're just taking up slots that better units could be in. Ooh, they all just fell over. Dead. Brutal. Brutal pursuit, and they're dead. Alright, so we won that one. Learned a little more. I'm hoping we can get more than 10 turns in 2 hours. That is not a good rate. Of course, that would probably require me to stop talking as much as I do. Where's Epirus? Epirus is at 1877. Even as a glorious empire, they don't seem to be growing too fast in terms of legacy. Harbors, walls, or workshops. I've seen that a couple of times. Put specific priority on Emporium. This is a lot of money. I just don't have that kind of a national goal. Let me see if I was right. So buying slaves is up to 4. Selling slaves is up to 10. I haven't seen an option to liberate the slaves in a long time. Oh, distributing slaves can be up to 10 too. Okay. So that's annoying because I actually want to distribute. This obviously has too many slaves. We don't need that many here. They can get redistributed. Maybe I could just keep selling the slaves. I don't know. Could try that next time. It would mean we have to grow populations normally. These slaves having unrest 6. The thing is, if you replace them with citizens, the citizens often have unrest that can go as high as 8, I think. So I don't know if they're going to be better or worse. Ah, how did the raiders do that? And also, we're going to war with you. Stop this nonsense. So this helps us, because what I now know is the army that's going to fight in here needs to be a forest-based army. The army that's going to fight over here in these parts of Gaul, that needs to be an army that's got cavalry and stuff. So with regard to this army, we're going to take the cataphracts and just move them right out, as well as the Cisalpine cavalry. They're never going to get used. And maybe 2 of the legions as well. Just so, because the front is the only place we need the legions. So let's split this off. And just kind of use this as a defensive force, I guess, for now. Or a core to build a new army around in the future. Let's send them back to Rome and just chill over there. I'm surprised we still have some Marian legions. It's certainly taken its sweet time. Alright. So now this legion was going to build a public works in that area. Does this region have to do that too? No, it's already got a public works, apparently. But it does need to build something. Food-based. Ooh, is that a cultural site? Yes, it's a cultural site. Thank you very much. It's going to take forever to build because of the whole just conquered modifier, but that's the way it is. So, The Aedui, i.e., are mostly in forests and mountains, which means this is another situation where I'm going to take these guys out and probably the two weakest legions, split them off, and just bring them back here. Or maybe do a province count. Nah, bring them back here. Take the land route, just in case. Because this guy can fight in the forested terrain, but if I want this army to come fight these guys, it's just going to be counterproductive to have the cavalry and the extra legions in there. We know that the legions just wind up blocking other better skirmisher troops from being in the front, being in the secondary line. Let's try this. Let's take 2 more legions out. Just keep them nearby as a sort of refreshing force. So we'll keep 4 legions nearby, and we can swap out the 4 weakest for the 4 fresh legions whenever we need to. That seems like it's not a terrible idea. Same thing with this. We're going to take the 2 legions here, split them off, and put them there. And then we'll take, let's see, 2 more legions, split them off, and put them here too. The cavalry will probably disband, in fact. Well, we'll keep 4 of them to make a core of another army in the future. But that's how we'll deal with these forested areas, is we'll have fewer legions so that hopefully our archers can actually have an effect in the combat. We'll see. We'll see. So, in the meantime, we've got some more buildings to build. They've never even had fresh water here on the coast? Well, that's a no-brainer. I think that's got to be done. Up in the mountains, anything we can do to get better roads up here would be fantastic, but not that one. So let's shuffle until we can get better infrastructure to get better roads. Up here, an irrigation system in our mountain Alpania terrain, that would be great, but I think the cultural site is necessary first and foremost. Over here, we shuffled our proposals looking for tier 2 stuff. They're good on health. A furnace is actually kind of okay, because they've got the coal nearby, and they'll form hopefully an internal trade route for the iron. We shuffled this one up last time? No, we built the Thassalan Temple. We don't want a pleasure mansion. We already built a bank somewhere else. Do we need another bank? Is this a place where we will have a lot of exports? It doesn't say what we're exporting, unfortunately. It would be, well, I guess it does actually, right? It says plus 40 money right now. And that is due to the cattle and the sales. So, if we built the bank, we'd get another 20% bonus on top of the 30% bonus we have here already. It's not a huge thing, though. There's probably better things we can put in this slot. No, a bank. The 77 money is real good. The decadence, though. I want to build a building that gets rid of the decadence, so let's shuffle again and look for that. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Ooh, Latium has a slot open. A scriptorium, lots of culture, and somehow we don't have wax nearby. The core of the nation. We also don't have a harbor, which is a little bit annoying. Shouldn't we have a harbor in the main capital of everything? We probably should. It does take up a slot. It also gives siege resistance and lifts the fog of war in the adjacent areas. We really should be able to see all along our main coast here. That really should be the case. Now down here we built the cultural site last turn. A monument could help also to switch these guys over. But does this have horses? Yes, it does. So we do not need the horses there. Garum shop gets all resources and has local... Ooh, that's okay. That's food and money. And way up here, we shuffled things around hoping for what? A better food producer? We didn't really get it, did we? Sanitation. Basic sanitation. I mean, okay. Ooh, a cultural site actually is a good one for them. And roads wouldn't be bad for these guys. Trade range increased is automatically good. Yeah. Wood cutting. No. Training ground. This area doesn't recruit a lot. But if it does, I want it to be able to recruit better, and it's a free red building. Okay, so that should be good. We've shuffled around all our armies. We're going to hit end turn. Maybe the legions that we have working in secondary capacities can help build roads and stuff while they're not, while the main army is off doing things. So the only war we still have going on is the Averni, and we want to kind of finish that one before we start a war with the Veneti. But that requires us to go to war with the Aedui. It's such a complicated diplomatic web. Excuse me. Oh, I forgot I declared war on them. Yeah. Now this is a forest area, so we're going to get to test out our theory. If we bring fewer legions, will we get more of these archers involved? And these allies really should be replaced with auxilia. Can we build auxilia here? We can. Let's do that. And we'll replace that next turn. But for now, the allies that have the heavy infantry here, unfortunately. Do these guys also have... They don't have the same penalty that the Romans do. This is a 3-4. This is a 4-5. So that's interesting. The allies are better at defense than the Roman legions are in forest territory specifically. Can we still build the allies? I feel like we looked and we couldn't build them. No, yeah, they're gone. They're obsolete now. We can only build like the Italian foot, which are much weaker. So I think those allies are slowly being converted to auxilia. But like we just said, it looks like the auxilia are generally 3-4, so they're weaker, but they also have a ranged attack, which the allied legions don't have. They were recruited across the empire from non-citizens and are faster than regular medium infantry. Oh, that's interesting. They move 6. That's the same speed. What do you mean faster? Why does this game lie all the time? Anyway, we're going to go in here and conquer these guys, I hope. I want the archers to actually do their thing. Otherwise, what the hell am I paying them for? Like, they should only be used in plains, apparently. Or maybe hills. But even then, I didn't get a lot of use out of them. This area got freaking pillaged. By who? The Parsi. They have too many freaking territories, so we can't take them on right now. Alright, in the meantime, these two should probably merge. There we go. So those are backup legions that we will replace the main army with when necessary. Health. Let's build the palisade. Get the walls up in these areas before we start a war with the Veneti. Venetii. Alright, that's probably good. The Teutons raided and failed. Oh, they managed to plunder. Bastards. Urgh. Stop it. Or I'll make you stop. Mostly I'll do it by building better defensive buildings, but... Ooh, let's make sure we have good generals. Yep. And this guy's gone, so we need a new general here. Do we have a 2-something? We have a 2-0. Ooh. I think that's bad. We have all of these generals that have great bonuses that are activated only in open terrain. That's annoying. I wonder if other nations have generals that have different bonuses. That's the 2-1 I was looking for. This is actually just a, reserve army, so we're not going to worry about that. This one is the one that we will disband, actually. This army can go back to Rome and be the core of another army. This one's getting disbanded. And this one will merge with that one. There we go. Because I don't think this army here... Can we rename these? It would be nice, huh? Yeah. Bushwhacker. Sure. That's the army specifically designed, because it has no cavalry, to work well in the forests. And to be honest, we're going to take out 2 of the archers as well, because apparently they're not useful much at all. Alright, anyway. Granary gets a lot of bonuses, but costs us a lot of infrastructure. We probably could use this builder's hall, but only if we're specialized in infrastructure here, which we kind of are, so let's do it. Down here, land expansion would offset that. Thalassian Temple would reduce... Yeah, and it gives us food, too. And we reduce decadence. Okay. In the capital, we don't even have large walls in the capital of this region? That seems bad. Let's do that. And up here, this is a new internal region. It's no longer a border region, which is good. And it would bring pottery up here, huh? Yeah, there is pottery here. Yeah, I'm not sure we need pottery. We don't need a loyalty bonus either. Maybe just the ranch. Cattle's good. This is now a border region. We could build a training ground there. We can't actually build any agricultural buildings. Have they built every single one? Now that's interesting. Never seen that before. Maybe that is the limitation on the mountains. But the smokehouse builds a little more food, so nah. Get around your mountain restrictions. A market. Missing dye and cloth. I'm not sure this is the right place for the market. This place is a massive health infrastructure, though. Well, Basilica is your loyalty free, but it costs lots of money. Let's just get the Shepherd House for extra food. Hang on. This is almost their last. There's got to be a better option than a Shepherd's House, right? Let's cycle it. This one needs a good pick. Ooh, a trade center. 68 money. And it makes the trade document. Oh, that's so good if this place produces a lot of goods. It actually does, kinda. It's importing a lot of goods, too. I mean, really, I want this in other places, but it's not limited. The question is that commerce and trade document situation, it also generates 68 money. Is it worth the decadence increase? That's the question. Probably. Like, we need these in the areas that we specifically designed to generate a lot of trade goods. This one has 5 that it's manufacturing that can be sold elsewhere. This one, I can't even see how many it has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, that's more of a trade hub because we made it to be like that. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and also a natural trade good, 8. This one apparently is a really good trade hub. So yeah, I don't think we want to build that up here, or wherever we had that when we were looking at it, in Pottis. I just don't think that's worth the extra decadence in that area. Instead, let's keep it growing with extra health. Or, yeah. Oh, this one doesn't have any health buildings? Or no, it does. They're just hiding. But this is the first tier 2 health building we've had. We don't need basic potter's workshops. Nor do we need an archery range down in South Italy. A noble district is for loyalty. No, I think we shuffle this. Their health bonus is really good. We shuffle this one. Look for the better. Tier 3 buildings is what we should be looking for down here. Produces perfume. I don't think we make perfume anywhere in our empire. And it doesn't need anything to make it. It's just a tier 2 or tier 3? Tier 3 building. Yeah, we get a little decadence, but who hasn't had some decadence every now and then? We get perfume. And this area really is the area where we should build one of those specialty super high trade document things. That's what's... These two, actually... This one turned into a trade hub by no fault of our own. It turned... Look how many it's producing. And not only that, what does it have? Any local stuff? It also has... Yeah, figs are local to this area. So now we're going to produce perfume, which is another very specialized good. So I guess... we're going to need to cycle this one for a while and look for that super good trade building. Meanwhile, over here, it has to be completely self-evident. So we'll build some free slot buildings because it's going to need every single slot it can get. This one doesn't even have a farm yet? Yeah, build a farm. An irrigation system would give this a big food bonus. Or a sacred estate for loyalty. You know... The loyalty is actually kind of valuable here, but they eat food instead. It's okay. It's okay. Up here, what can we get? A free red building will help get us to tier 2 walls sooner, but they're also very low population and they don't have a province yet, so they need as much infrastructure as possible. Okay. We are good to go. I'm going to move this army into here. As long as this area is okay... It's not going to be okay for at least another 3 turns. Ugh. Yeah, we can't declare the war against the Aedui yet. Not as long as we've got these loyalty and unrest problems. We'll put these guys here to stop that. These guys are actually just going to stay here and military garrison that thing. Okay, starting the next turn. What did we start this at? It wasn't turn 190, was it? I think it was turn 180. Alright, so hopefully we'll crush these guys quickly. Though 115, they might hold out. And they've got a good defensive general, and we're in the stupid forest. Let's see how our newly formed army works. See, they have way more troops, but they can't field them either. But if this goes on multiple rounds and they can field them, that's probably a problem. So we have a ranged phase where our skirmishers are actually doing their skirmishing thing. Exhausted everybody on the front lines. That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe we should have left... Do we only have 4 legions here? Yeah. Maybe we should have left an extra set of legions. Maybe we should have 6 legions in each one. I didn't think the frontage was actually 6. Okay. But the cavalry, taking the cavalry out was good, because there's no cavalry on the flanks in this one. Okay. Now, these guys weren't managed to be exhausted, so it's not a fair fight. But we still won. Haha. Here, they are exhausted, so it's a fair fight. But they have a minimum roll of 1, and we have a minimum roll of 7. That will maybe help us in the long run. But not if they keep rolling 10s. Jesus. Ooh. Ooh. Brutalized. Just brutalized. Now, the Auxilia also have a 6. Alright, that's probably going to be a draw, because they still have too many forces that haven't engaged yet. What is this symbol? So the ranged phase, theoretically, all of these guys who have a ranged attack of, like, 9, we exhaust basically everybody. It's annoying that they targeted this backline militia instead of these warriors in the front, but it is what it is. We're starting there. Ooh, we lost a little bit of effectiveness, but we're okay. They'll still fight at full strength until they lose all of their effectiveness. Wait a minute. What happened to our general? The general died! That's what that symbol was! Oh no! This is a disaster! We got lucky with that roll, but still. Now having the elite fresh troops matters a lot. That 6 minimum is massively important. Maybe we'll get real lucky. Nope. Oh, these guys are skirmishers and frontline troops, sort of. I think we just don't have any auxilia. We just have, like, 8 legions and then a bunch of archers, maybe. It's tough because they have so many troops, they can just cycle through them. So maybe bringing them more legions would have been better. Too bad we can't tell them to retreat because your freaking general died. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, we got lucky again on the roll. One of these days, though, we're not. 7-2. Wow. Their heavy infantry is awful here. And we got lucky with the 9. Maybe we win this one just because we got super lucky on the rolls. Oh, we didn't die. Ugh. Okay, Auxilia, you got this. We believe in you. Roll well. Yes! Alright, we won it, just barely. They broke. Alright, more legions is necessary. At least 2. In this archer-focused army. The Auxilia are kind of there because they do better. I think they're a supporting unit, right? Seeking an alliance, we don't care. Change our recruitment policy. No. The Golden Age, it's gone. So maybe what we do is we keep the Auxilia here because they are a support unit. So we want them in the secondary line. But we make sure that the Romans have the main line. The legions, rather, have the main line. So we'll have a main line of 6 legions right across the front. And now if those legions ever get too exhausted, the auxilia could pick up the spare, essentially. They could take their place, and then the archers would take the place of the auxilia. That would be the idea, we hope. We're going to split off these allies and just get rid of them. Now we'll have the auxilia also join here. Alright, so now this army is going to be back up to current normal strength. What did I do over here? Almost the same thing. I'm going to get rid of 2 of these archers because we just never use them. They're just sitting across the side not being used. So let's split them off and not pay for them. And instead put 2 more legions back in. We'll put the best 2 back in that army. Okay. And this army wants the full 8, 10 legions, because if we were to fight on a plain, what's the frontage? The frontage is 14. So we definitely want all 10 legions plus the cavalry plus some auxilia and all 8 archers in that kind of a battle. We definitely want that. We could take Aquitani. No, they still have territories down here we'd have to conquer too. That's annoying. Now you want me to conquer Hispania? Now? I have a feeling this thing is going to frickin' disappear if I don't grab it real soon, though. I'm kind of concerned about that, but I gotta finish. The Rati still exist? Or did they pop back in existence? They popped back in existence, so they don't actually have... Okay, that's good to know. That doesn't count as a negative for me. We could grab this area while it's empty, and Rati maybe eventually, but we gotta let this army rest. It's pretty weakened. Okay. Now, speaking of that, can they build public works while resting? Yeah, I guess they can. Okay, let's check buildings. We cycled this last time because we weren't happy with anything. Not really happy with that either. Builders Guild Tier 3 doesn't use a slot, and we've already got a merchant, like a whatever the thing builds out of this. The Builders Guild. Builders Hall. Yeah, so we'll just upgrade the Builders Hall, and they'll still have a slot to build next turn. Now, this is our military place. What could we possibly put here? Roman camp, maybe? Military store. Armorer? Probably the armorer? So let's cycle through until we get that. Because this is a capital, so I think the armorer would benefit there if we're building units there. Here we were cycling because I think we were looking for decadence reduction buildings. Like science-type buildings. We have 2, but we could upgrade the school to the academy or something else. I don't think we want this. Although, you know what? Loyalty penalty, who cares? Decadence increase, it's like, okay. But the money and the commerce bonus? What's commerce getting here? Not a lot. So probably not worth it. Let's cycle again, I think. Unless... I feel like there's better Tier 2 health buildings. Let's take this one for now. So here, a glassworks. Apulia has it. And yet, there's not enough slots. We need that specialty, like, super awesome trading thing that these guys built. So I think we're just going to upgrade the farm. What is that called? It's not a perfumery. Whatever the one that gave us trading Achaemen. Was that an upgrade? I gotta look that up real quick. I remember seeing it in here. Ooh, Silk Emporium. Trade center is what I was thinking of. It's not an upgrade from anything. So we just have to keep going until we get a trade center. So that's good to know. Ah, Sicily. Sicily now. What is Sicily going to do? I mean, the wine might not be bad. We don't have wine down here being produced, right? We actually have it being produced in 2 places. Okay. So the wine's not a great choice. Armorer gives a lot of equipment, which we don't really need because we're not making those slingers anymore. I don't like any of these options. We're going to cycle. Going to do that more often now, I think. They're building... They could build this for them. So maybe a smokehouse for food and health would be best. Or a granary. We don't have the grain yet, so let's smokehouse. And down here, this is recently conquered? Oh no, pillaged, recently raided. I wonder what the raid mechanics are. Does siege resistance help against raids? Does that increase the chance we fight them off? That's an interesting question. But I think nothing here's really good. What does it have? Does it have a good local trade good? It has lead. Market's not great. We don't need that at all. Get a salt house for now. I don't like any of those buildings. Stables. Land expansion seems like the best choice. The Bohemian army is gone. Gone forever. Build a farm. Basic farms are important. Now, these guys we mentioned have infrastructure problems because they're brand new. They're all on their own. So let's make them build a warehouse, I guess. They can be the infrastructure capital of the... These two can both be the infrastructure capital of that new province once we get it. These guys are getting raided again, but we're not getting the right defensive buildings. So we'll build a large farm instead. No, they're at their max. They can't have any more buildings, but I guess building a farm will help us deal with that. Or basic sanitation will help. Might help better, actually, because right now their health bonus isn't high enough. So we'll come back and build the farm later. Nicaea is finally here. It needs more health, as we mentioned last time. Up here in the mountains, they build every farming building they can build. A bronze works. We can actually import tin. That's useful. Bellovaccia, I have no idea where that is. Here it is. Way up here is where the tin is coming from. But that's valuable because tin is very hard to get. So now we're pulling tin over here where it can be used as a bonus resource in any of these areas. So we cycled here, looking for something better, faster, stronger. A harbor lifts fog of war. You know, I did like that idea. But this area also has no decadence. So can we gain a massive amount of culture here? I think we can. I think we will. Now, what was that? A noble garden. Okay. So now armies moving around, doing their thing. This army is not the one I'm looking for. I'm looking for the Roman army that's not moving. I want them to go here so they can build the public works. And the army that was here needs a new general because the last guy gave his life for the cause. Ooh, wilderness expert. First time we've got somebody that's actually, yeah, I guess we'll make him our thing. I don't like that he's got a 0 for defense, but he can move faster in forest? Sure. Did we look at the decisions last time? I think we forgot to. Infrastructure we don't care about. No. No. Justice in ancient time. We'll do the amnesties thing. That gets rid of the unrest. Okay, next turn. There needs to be a stopping point where I just make friends with people and they stop raiding me. That would be great. I don't need to go any further east. That is why I made friends with the Daci and the Dalmatians. Averni? No, we're coming for you. Daci is going to war with Illyria. Where the hell is Illyria? Oh, right in the middle. And the Macedonians too? I didn't want to go to war with the Macedonians. Damn it. What kind of terrain we got down here? It's all mountain, isn't it? Ugh. Better send my bushwhacker army down to handle that, I guess. So this army we wanted to do some public works. This army has got to recover, but it can recover while marching down to help deal with the Macedonians, I guess. I know what the black line is. I wonder what that deal is. Does that mean it's going into Alpine and it's going to be harsh weather so they can't go there? Something weird like that? I don't know. The aqueduct has been destroyed. Oh, because our infrastructure is negative. Well, that's a pain. Mostly because of the raid and the conquering thing, but still quite annoying. Glad we have the army here to deal with it. Can't go to war with the Edui yet. I just can't do it. That means this army's sitting here waiting. So maybe we go to war with the Veneti already? No, we have to finish the Averni. But now the stupid Dalmatians have gotten themselves in a war with... Where's the Dacians gotten themselves in a war? Yeah, it was the Dacians. Dalmatians are fine. Wait, the Dalmatians are at war with the Teutons still. And with these guys? I don't know. I don't want to conquer any of that area. I have other objectives, damn it. I have other things I want to do. So I'm not actually going to send that army down there to do that. Instead, we're going to send the army over here to help with taking on these guys. We're going to do it soon. This army is also going to help. And to do that, we're going to take out their cavalry, but we're going to put it back in after. That's the difference. All of these forces are going to be standing by. So that's going to split. And it's going to come over to here. And the main army is going to go to here, while this army goes in here. So the idea here is that this secondary army is going to capture this city here in the forest. These two armies are going to start conquering together all the way in here and then take out Averni finally so we can capture all the Averni places dead to rights. All right, meanwhile, we were cycling through here because we were looking. Extension 1. Ooh, a legacy increase. It's a national wonder. Revolt risk decreases, taxation penalty of 20%. Gives a little more manpower. A little more decadence. But that legacy is hard to turn down. What are the other 3 buildings we've got here? The Great Engineering School. That's a better legacy, isn't it? Huge amount of culture. No decadence at all. No taxation penalty. Faction-wide infrastructure bonus? Holy moly. Yeah. We're taking that. So Etna is actually like a trading capital here. Everything can be imported from Etna, which is interesting. Well, that's a pretty good commerce building, but I think we want to keep shuffling until we get that giant trade thing, right? That's what we wanted. But the Sacred Estate is a 0 cost, so let's take that and use it to shuffle. Not a lot of culture, but some loyalty bonus is good. Ooh, this actually needs loyalty bonus. Oh, but the amphitheater's so good, too. And it's a 0 cost. Okay, 0, it's an upgrade, so it doesn't cost a slot. These guys desperately in need of some resistance, I think, for the next everything. Street parlors, tempting, but let's get the palisade. They're on the front lines. Over here, this is not part of a province, so it needs to support itself, which means a wheelmaker might be a good start, but a cultural site, I just got to do it. We've got to get them to be italic before they revolt and stuff. Hospital, probably not necessary. A farm. They really not have a farm? Alright, we'll build a farm. Provincia over here. Sort of Provincia over here. There it is. Wells isn't bad. The market actually doesn't make that much money. Shouldn't it make more money? It needs pottery. It's probably importing pottery at a cost. Tavern. I've also seen Tavern make more money. Let's do the wells for now. That'll allow us to do this. Alright, that's the last of those. We've moved our armies around. They're getting prepared for the battle against the Aedui. Oh. I accidentally moved my army the wrong way. I was gonna go help the Dacians, but nah. Of course, if I don't help the Dacians. Screw it. I need you to just come straight over here, please. Actually, back here wouldn't be terrible. Ooh, they can build regional roads. We're just going to send them around trying to build regional roads everywhere. Realistically, what we're trying to build is paved roads. And I like them. I guess we got paved roads all the way up to here. At that point, we need it to go through here. And it looks like they can. Yeah, we can get paved roads to here. And then to here would be great, but that doesn't look like likely. Neither here. So, ugh. This really is a crossroads that we could use to go north. So we need a lot more of these commerce buildings, which sucks. We need way more of them. But it's not our commerce center right now. We've got lots of food and a decent health bonus, but it's already a high population. I guess we just got to start building the commerce buildings as they become available. I don't know if this is the one we want to go with. Is this the hill we want to die on? 6 money and 5 metal? Are there not better options for commerce buildings? And this one has many more options in the future, but this one has the future options available now. I guess we'll do that. On the coast, produces fish. Swamp draining, seed storage. It'll import papyrus to this region. We're going to shuffle this. Not liking any of those. Ooh, okay. Major harbor doesn't take a slot. Let's do that. Yeah, seed storage is good if you've got the grain and nuts and seeds. That's a lot of extra money. And our money situation is slowly creeping up against us. Expert stonecutter. How's the province doing? Ooh, it's actually, infrastructure's fallen behind a little bit here. So let's get an expert stonecutter and speed it up again. Ooh, the capital gets a new slot. They can get a major harbor. And we'll use that to cycle because the rest of these are awful. Except olive oil is not bad. So this built a farm. We can get a smokehouse, because it currently only has the 2 health buildings, so another one wouldn't go awry. A coin maker, huh? No, I don't know about that. Let's get the smokehouse, unless the Thalassan Temple really makes a lot of sense. It gives food from fish, but it'll have to import coral. Wait, would this upgrade our cultural site? It says was upgraded from. That mean we lose our cultural site if we do this? Does this still give the 5%? I guess we'll find out. I'm gonna try it and find out. No, it would have to be green if it was upgrading a cultural site. Was upgraded from. It hasn't been upgraded yet. That's weird wording. Stop doing that. Okay, we'll come back to this. See if the cultural site still exists. At least I hope we can do that. On the border. The Celts are back. Damn, I hope they've been gone forever. Maybe they never went away. A public bath is the only thing we can use to help this place continue to grow, because apparently it's out of food buildings. Alright. So we fixed the movement of those armies. We've got the secondary army that's just not needed in the woods. Oh man, they grabbed 2 of them now. God, they keep getting bigger. It's harder to crush these people when they get bigger. Now this is 361. It's got 7 legions. It shouldn't have 7 legions, but it should also have 329 and 330. That's about the right. Okay. So we are in good shape to declare war on the Aedui this turn and start fighting them next turn, I think. Because screw you guys. Do they have any allies I should be aware of? Nope, they're at war with the Belgae and the Celts. Well, I wish you luck against the Celts, because then I'll take it from you. This is in unrest again. These stupid modifiers just won't go away. There we go. Sanitation works underway. Alright, these ones are finally okay. These ones are not doing well. Okay, next turn. The process for choosing buildings, I kind of wish there was more of a queue option to queue up a bunch of buildings, but it wouldn't quite work. It just feels like it takes up so much of the time in the turn. Because first you got to remember, what was I doing with this region? There's no real way to notate it or see what you were planning the previous turn. Like, oh, I cycled this because I was looking for what again? I have to re-examine the whole region to determine what I was planning to do. So far, we are not having that much trouble staying in the top third. Large population of armed warriors with accompanying family and cattle from Bohemia have been sighted, converging towards Moldavia, owned by Celtic Independence. So the damn Bohemians are going to be back. Every time there's an independent area, it seems like it has a possibility for somebody to come back. We've entered a golden age, even as... Ugh, that's not useful. Cultural site is going to be very useful. Okay. Well, of limited use anyway. So we'll capture this, and then this. Actually, we got to breach those walls first. So maybe we do it the other way around. Okay. So we go here, and then we assault those walls. So that way we grab those two, snatch them up. We can't go into the mountains next turn because the terrain is prohibited, so that's annoying. But this army can go fight this one, and this army can go... don't even have to besiege that. So we'll do the same thing over here. So next turn we should get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 provinces taken from them immediately. Then we just have to go 1, 2, and finish those guys off. And those wars will be over. And I'll finally be able to rest. Yeah, I'm not going to rest. But I would. If I wanted to, I could, is what I'm saying. All right. What do we got for buildings? We built a building here, and now we got to wait for it to come back. We cycled over here because we're looking for something better than a freaking market. Irrigation canals is an upgrade, so we'll take that. A free slot for a monument seems good. Ugh, pestilence. We don't like the master herbalist. It seems kind of weak. Maybe if you had the nuts and seeds and figs, then it could be useful, but not in its current state. No, thank you. Up in the north, we could do 3rd tier land reclamation with only a 10 pop area. That's crazy. That is crazy talk. And yet, I don't think that comes up terribly often. Well, actually, we have every other infrastructure project built there, so sure. Down here, we finished the cultural site. Definitely want those city walls. That's an easy one. A courthouse to reduce decadence. Keep us in this top third. Is this Nicaea? Nicaea needs better sanitation. All right. That was a quick turn. Here's what I wanted to look at. The last save was on turn 190. Jesus Christ, we're doing 10 turns in 2 hours. That's insane. All right, we're ready to go. This will be easy. I think we're slowly running out of places to build buildings, though. Like the core provinces in Italy and Sicily, they're done. We're only getting a new building every time they get a population increase. So this is trivial. 16 combat power is basically just militias. They die instantly. This one's also trivial. This one, also trivial. Oh, the Belgae already took the other piece. So, okay. We could get the Helveti after this war's over. Potentially. Yeah, we're slipping a little bit. Those minus decadence buildings will help. You know, I'm pretty sure we're past age 60 now. Remember when we said we were government age 60 and we reduced it to 40? We wanted to see if we would get back above 60 before the next time it gave us that option to reduce it by a third. Unless that's one of these decisions that I have been missing. I don't think so. No, it's none of these. So, government age 75. Wow, yeah, okay. So, decadence from age penalty is now 1,000 higher than it used to be. Damn. But we've done so well at reducing our structures that we can stay in the top third. But that age penalty is just going to keep getting bigger at like an exponential rate. Maybe not exponential. Maybe exponential, yeah. Because the difference between 60 and 75 is like double. So yeah, it does seem to be exponential. Hopefully we get that decision to reduce it by a third. Let me be 100% sure. That's not it. No, that's not it. It was pretty obvious, I think. So these guys don't have to go there. Instead, they can come back around to here. These guys, all set to do this. These guys should have assaulted last turn. I thought I gave them the order to assault. But I guess I did not. If there's no public works here, yeah, my little army can come in and build the public works. That's the plan. Go up here, build the public works. Same with you. Can you go up here and build public works? No, that's already good. That's ours, actually. Okay. Stay right there. I'm watching you. So, let's see. This area, middle of the road, literally. We got roads. Excellent. Newly conquered area up here. A palisade would not go amiss. This we were cycling through because we were trying to find a decent commerce building. But I think, even though the tannery is pretty good, let's get the large farm because it doesn't take a slot. Now down here, we were looking for the coastal market. We're not going to take a slot up with a coastal market. Get your coastal market out of here. A racing track for loyalty. Copper works to import copper. No, I don't think so. Wells to grow. They have no growth. Negative 17? Why are they negative 17? We completed the Great Sanctuary. That's good. I guess we'll build wells. I don't know why there's no growth there. Maybe that's a temporary penalty of some kind that's not showing up. Spinning mill for flax. Produces cloth. Stadium is actually a free upgrade for the gymnasium. Gives us a little extra manpower, health, but costs us a lot of money. We don't need it. Seeds towards the last slot for here. I don't want noble gardens. I don't want more decadence. Let's cycle through. These guys could use a cultural site? No, they don't need one. A harbor, though, does seem to be important because right now they have basically a landing. Let's do the training grounds first. Way up here, palisade, absolutely. Just get some basic defenses. Massive walls for the capital. It even builds equipment. That's pretty good. A 4-4 wall is actually quite scary. Nobody's going to just take that real easily. Let's do it. Region capital needs that. Now this is our area that for some reason can't build anymore. Farm buildings. Tavern is not a lot of money. Figs gives... Decadence. No, I don't think we want it. Do I want that armorer? It does have iron and flax, and it would import some leather, probably from local sources, so sure. All right. Turn 200. Another 10 turns down. So, I guess we'll call it there. Thanks, everybody, for watching. This has been Bridger with yet another Field of Glory Empires continuation. We'll be picking up tomorrow again at 10 o'clock. Have a good one.